honestly, if you do blue ball and Sprite,
Really?
it would taste like milk chocolate.
Ooh.
I heard blue balls and Sprite, and I was trying to figure out what were you doing.
That's screwball. And a peanut butter whiskey.
I don't judge, bro.
Peanut butter whiskey.
Don't ask, don't tell. Don't ask, don't tell. It's cool. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, it'd be kind of funny if y'all boys lose. My fault, fellas. Cheers. I was a little late.
You always.
Thank you for having me, man.
I appreciate y'all boys for coming on the show. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, as usual. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. As y'all can see, this is the first in-person episode, so I'm actually very excited to do this, yo. Like, we got a good little setup right here, low-key. It took a little second. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought it was gonna go a lot quicker than what it did. But y'all know how black folks do. We run CP time, whether we plan for it or not. Fellas, how's everything going with y'all boys, though? Y'all good? Nick, we're going to start with you since you're new. Well, it's not necessarily a newcomer, but you've been on here less than Chris, so everybody know Chris.
Okay, yeah, I feel you. I'm doing good, man. Excited to be here. You know, things going good. You know, I'm really, really happy. I feel like, you know, this right here is a good little stepping stone for you, so I'm excited for you. Hey, man, we'll bring my boy Nick in on this, so I'm excited. Chris, you the man. Let's do it.
My brother.
Chris, I mean, you got that BS sweatshirt on. Go ahead, bro. Like, what's going on with you?
First off,
It was laundry day. I feel it. I can't really talk too much, bro. I got on a Panthers jersey right now, so go ahead.
first off, don't get mad at me.
I'm not mad at you. My team losing has nothing to do with you, brother. Trust me. Yeah,
But no, though, always, bro. Like, hey, good looking out. You already know, like, any time that you're doing something, you already know I'm gonna pull up on you, man.
So I appreciate that, fellas. I appreciate that. So look, I mean, I'm just let y'all know too, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all catch like occasionally somebody looking up, the game is on. UNC might be losing to NC State. We don't know how this goes. We got to see what happens.
Don't let the Duke Slammer start. We will see y'all in a couple of weeks. Y'all
will. It'll be a good time. But fellas, ladies and gentlemen, what we'll be talking about is, well, the NFL playoffs. They're actually here. They're out and about, and I'm gonna pull up here the playoff format, really, the playoff schedule. But if you didn't know, the first seed gets a bye. Everybody else, they gotta play. It is what it is. Before I pull up the standings, fellas, is there one team in particular that y'all are rooting for wholeheartedly right now, like a biased favorite, if you will?
Well, I understand the look. For those of you who don't know, I am a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, raised, you know, bleeding black and gold my entire life. I will have to say the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I like the energy going into this postseason. I like the momentum we have. I think that could carry us a little bit. Hey, man, listen. At least you got the first pick. Oh, sorry.
That's so tough. Wow.
I'm just saying, don't give me no surprise like that. You know,
yeah, I want so much things, ladies. We got a time program. Chris, who's your team? Who's your team, man? Like, who's your team, bro?
Hey, you know me. I've been a fan of them since in '96. I'm still gonna rep my boys and the Baltimore Ravens.
All right, okay. So just for clarification, we got a Steelers and a Ravens over here.
Ooh.
See how this shakes. This could get a little interesting. Okay, so as I said, the one seeds, they do get a bye. So we have here the Green Bay Packers versus the Dallas Cowboys. That's the 7 seed versus the 2 seed. Then we have the Los Angeles Rams. Is that right? Yeah. Versus the Detroit Lions. Is that right? Yeah, it is. Then we got here the Eagles versus the Buccaneers. Whoa. Okay. By the way, Rams are 6, Lions are 3, Philadelphia Eagles are 5, and Buccaneers are 4. Kind of impressed by the Bucs personally. Nah, for real. I didn't know. I didn't know Baker was gonna really get them there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I said that on camera. Is there anybody in the NFC, fellas, that y'all are favoring right now to get out?
Well, here's where I'm gonna go with it. I actually like the momentum of the Rams currently.
You like the
I think
Rams?
the Rams currently, they've gotten some players back healthy.
I can see
that
the
they
Rams
lost
being the
early on in
Lions.
the season, and they have the momentum going into the postseason with the way that they've attacked the schedule, the way they've leaned on Kyron Williams to be the all-purpose back that he's capable of being, the back we saw at Notre Dame, and Puka Nacua. I mean, my vote is for offensive player of the year is Puka Nacua. For offensive rookie of the year is Puka Nacua. So I mean, and you always have Cooper Cup coming back healthy. They've eased him into the starting lineup. They've gotten him going again. They've gotten him familiar. You know, the chemistry between him and Matt Stafford is back to normal. I think, between that, Tyler Higbee looks good. They have every offensive weapon they need in order to be successful. And Lord knows Matt Stafford with some weapons is one of the more dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL.
I mean, we have seen him be successful with some weapons. Okay, so we got Rams here on the left from the Steelers, but they are opposites. Remember, Steelers, Ravens. So Chris, who you got for this NFC? Again, Packers versus Cowboys, Rams versus Lions, Philadelphia Eagles versus Buccaneers. Who you got?
I want to saying agree with my man.
You got Rams?
I got Rams.
I like that.
Everything he said is flat out, but I do got one wild card. Don't be surprised if Green Bay gives Dallas a game.
We all do. I don't want to hear no games.
No.
I want to hear so you're saying Green Bay. Are you saying Green Bay gonna beat Dallas Cowboys? I don't want to hear that. I want to hear who gonna win, bro. I don't want to hear that. Respectfully, that won't part of the question. On the ticker, it didn't say who might do something. No, who you favoring right now? So y'all both saying the Rams. So let me ask y'all this then, because I mean, the Rams are in 49ers division.
Mm-hmm.
They got a shot at beating the 49ers. How much money would y'all put on the Rams beating the 49ers? Chris, we're gonna start with you since we started with him for most of the show. You put $10 on it? Okay. Nick, are you, how comfortable are you putting money down? How much money would you put down on the Rams beating the 49ers?
On the Rams beating the 49ers, I would say, honestly, I could honestly put $25.
Okay, comfortably putting $25. The Rams, and again, I say the 49ers, ladies and gentlemen, because they're that one seed, so they get the bye. But you got the Rams beating the 49ers. Do they have the best shot at beating the 49ers out of these teams for the NFC for you guys?
Yes.
Oh,
easily. I'm going to say that quickly and definitively.
You feel the same way? Yes or no, real quick.
I normally don't agree with Steelers fans, but they got the best chance.
Interesting.
They got the best chance.
What puts them over the Cowboys for y'all?
Easy. Quarterback, running back, wideouts, and they got a good defense enough that they can shut down anybody. When I mean good enough, I mean good enough.
And you feel the same?
I feel like the Rams are showing us something in terms of spark the same way that you could even suggest that last year we saw the Jets, their defense, where it's like, okay, we're looking at a team that might have the offensive and defensive. That defensive tackle was exceptional. Right? He's playing at a Pro Bowl level learning from Aaron Donald. Right? With that squad on defense and the offense being held back healthy versus a 49ers team, but to be honest with you, you've seen Christian McCaffrey do that. You've seen Josh Kittle looks. You've seen Debo. That's a team strength. They lost their right tackle. To me, I feel like that's a team that might actually be ailing. They needed that bye week, to be honest. If they had to play anything outside of the 1 seed, I don't know if they would have made it out in the first round.
Okay.
I mean, we're talking about looking at the competition around them. the 49ers were the only people I felt like this season that had the Cowboys going to compete.
Oh,
Absolutely
absolutely.
not. I don't have with that shit. That game looked like Dak Prescott looked like a fish out of water playing against the 49ers.
I will say this: Dak is streaky, and I understand he's not good against good teams. That's the notion around him, which that's tricky.
He continued to prove that.
But the 49ers have shown they have health issues. And I do think the Cowboys defense plus Dak's streakiness is good enough for them to win a Super Bowl. I ain't just saying that because I'm trying to have my parlay hit on FanDuel, fellas. I ain't saying that just because. I'm not saying that just because scriptwriters, I hope y'all listening though. Like, again, I think the defense for the Cowboys can get at the quarterback. So if they can get at the quarterback, you don't trust Brock beating you downfield. And again, I think the offense of the Cowboys, and I'm not trying to hype up the Cowboys again. Y'all see my jersey. I'm a Panthers fan. I'm not a Cowboys fan. But they have a good enough offense. Like, I can't sleep on them, too, at least talent-wise, on paper. And they produced enough. So, I mean, yeah, they've lost some games, too, but they at least have enough as well to beat a team like the Rams, like the 49ers for me. Like, everything's got to go right for them. But if there's a world where these Cowboys do win. But if I got to put my money on a team, I will say, I forget who I was talking to. It might have been Byron. I might have asked him about the Rams though. I was curious about it because I did like the offensive weapons. I think, like you said, Cooper Kupp and what's the rookie? Yeah, buddy. Like Puka the Cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I love that. You know what I'm saying? Like they cool with me. And then Sean McVay is still a solid, respected head coach. So I think they are a formidable team if they have the right weapons in place. And I think they do have the right weapons. So I understand why you guys picked the Rams. I just couldn't see the Cowboys. Interesting, you said the Packers. That'll be another discussion though for another day. I ain't gonna talk about them too much. I think we talked on the NFC, but it sounds like Rams, if I'm not mistaken, over the 49ers. So the Rams are y'all.
My prediction for the Super Bowl is the Rams. They have experience. They've been there before.
Just because you mean just going there, right? We ain't got to the finale yet. We ain't got to the finale.
No, just going there.
Okay.
Right now, I'm saying that the Rams have the experience. A lot of those players on that roster have been there. They were there. It wasn't that long ago.
Okay.
And they've been to the mountaintop. And they see it. They know exactly what they need to do. They know the amount of energy they need to put out for it. And not only just that, but they are coming back with an actual healthy team versus last year.
Okay.
So these are two things that are going to go into real play here as we head into the playoffs. Sean McVay knows how to coach. Matt Stafford knows how to execute.
Okay.
Aaron Donald's going to make a splash player too. I can predict that.
Probably will.
Have to think about it.
Probably will. Okay. And again, I'm assuming you felt the same way.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
said the same thing. Okay, cool. So we're gonna move on down to the AFC, which before we do that, I'm gonna just say I'm gonna rock with these Cowboys. Only again because my FanDuel parlay really would be nice. So I gotta speak it into existence. You know what I'm saying? Cheers to the cheers to my FanDuel parlay. Like, let's go with that.
Do you imagine yourself on the basketball court? Why just imagine? Scared someone will see you miss? Or maybe you're just scared people will laugh at you. Well, here's a quick solution. Work out. Wait, work out with Walt. Like a magician, Walt can help make sure the people around you go from laughing to clapping if you follow his direction. There's no greater Walt than Walt. Your game will definitely improve. So remember, it's okay to miss a shot. No one makes them all. But if you focus on your mechanics, Walt can help you get a bucket.
All right, but now moving on down to the AFC. Yeah, y'all know the vibes. The 1 seed gets the bye, so we'll be talking about the other teams before we talk about the 1 seed. But we got the Cleveland Browns at 5 going up against the Texans at 4. And I think it is kind of interesting to note too. All of these matchups do have some like history, right? Like the Cleveland Browns without Deshaun Watson get to play the Houston Texans with Deshaun Watson's replacement, essentially. Like that's kind of crazy. Then you got the Dolphins at 6 going up against the Chiefs at 3, and it's like the Dolphins at 6 is scary too, bro. And like the Chiefs at 3 seems like they kind of overachieve.
Then we got here the Pittsburgh Steelers. Your Pittsburgh Steelers at 7 versus the Baltimore Ravens at 2. So I think we got a really good match. No, it's the Buffalo Bills at 2, ladies and gentlemen. I just try to cause a little controversy here and there. That would be a really good, that'd be a really good trio. But Steelers, Bills, I don't really think they have too much history going on now, unless you want to tell me something I don't know about.
Well, I'll tell you, the last couple of matchups haven't looked too pretty on our side. So that's the truth. So,
y'all respectfully, y'all haven't been formidable either, too. Like, y'all been missing. Y'all had the whole Ben Roethlisberger issue. I'm not even trying to go at y'all. Like, y'all were trying to get over that. Like, it was a thing y'all were trying to get over that. Yeah, I'm mature. Yeah, I'm about to say, I ain't trying to, I'm not trying to take shots, ladies and gentlemen. My team is trash right now, so I can't really talk with so much. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of tough.
And let me say this before I move forward. The Ravens-Steelers matchups of yesteryear in the playoffs have always been fantastic. Yes, those games have always been probably the best games to watch football.
Now, you would need to get a bottle and some J's, because that game will have you on your knees.
Honestly,
Right or wrong.
And right, but in the AFC, I gotta say it's a little bit tricky to predict because the Dolphins, to me, are very much reminiscent and very much paralleling right now the Lions, where injuries have started to play them.
Well, let's start with the Browns first. We got the 5 and 4 matchup to talk about first. Browns and Texans. What can Browns do for you? Are they going to do a lot, or is this a first-round exit for y'all? Because C.J. Stroud apparently, and again, this is when my Panthers get some more love, because we couldn't pick C.J. apparently. I personally say Anthony Richardson. I wouldn't have been happy mad at Anthony Edwards too. Damn it, like we would have been all right with him. Like, him at the running back position, wide receiver, something like he athletic enough that I'm cool with him. But like I would have rocked with them two boys. But we're talking about CJ though. So can CJ in his first year, his rookie year, get past his predecessor's current team right now without his predecessor playing them?
No.
We're not even just saying that it's jilted AFC North fans. I truly don't think that the Browns have the roster to act against the Texans' hotness right now on offense.
Hold on, just because you said no, I was saying is CJ going to win? You were saying no to that?
No.
You're saying he is going to win.
I'm saying yes.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we finally got a little battle going on between the Ravens and the Steelers fans. Let's see. So, okay, what's your main reason for having?
The reason why I think the Texans are going to win this game is because, to me, I think D'Amico Ryans has called Kevin Stefanski's card in the past, not as the head coach of the Houston Texans, as defensive coordinator. Now, I also think that knowing his system and being able to truly see that system play out as their respective, careers have drawn out as coordinators, I think D'Amico Ryans is Kevin Stefanski's number. I think he understands how the offensive game play. And I think we have to remember that the quarterback playing for the Browns right now is Joe Flacco. And
so I hear that, but let's not forget too, Joe Flacco is a Super Bowl champion. That man had one of the best Super Bowl runs I've seen. Like he looked like he was owed every penny of his contract during them playoffs. And we've seen someone like Nick Foles win the Eagles a Super Bowl. So again, if we already seen this man win a chip, I'm just saying, like.
But it's important to remember.
And the Browns defense ain't bad too.
The Browns defense.
They still got Myles Garrett.
He still do got Myles Garrett.
He playing, right?
They do eerily resemble the Ravens. I do. But I'm saying at the same time, we're going to be realistic here. If the Texans are coming in with this super momentum, the Texans still have Williams. Texans still have Jared Future. So
I do like Will Anderson. I did think we could have got, if he had gone, he would have been one of the draft. He would have been someone I drafted, yeah. His score was pretty, well, I thought it was more stable than everybody else's.
And to me, his floor, ironically, D'Amico Ryans. And his ceiling, Who knows? I'm thinking, Justin Houston. But,
I can see that.
I can see that. So to me, I think, given their talent on defense, they're young, agile, healthy talent. Let's not forget that Derek Stevens, in my opinion, is really a Pro Bowl type season this year. So he's the ability to play against quarters and make big plays against top receivers.
So you feel like the Browns aren't going to have enough with Flacco, even though he's had a history to a degree. You feel like it's not going to be enough to get over the Texans' hot streak right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, now Chris, he's talking about the young boys, the newcomers. Does experience matter to you?
Oh,
Because I feel like that does kind of factor in, but there is a time where in sports, if you get hot, that is a valid point.
No, honestly, he is right. Like, this is a time where once you get hot, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
But you say the Browns though, so why you got the Browns?
Hold up. I'm about to get there. Thank you. Once a team gets hot, they can do anything. The main reason why I'm picking the Browns because they have experience at quarterback. They got a good enough running game.
Mm-hmm.
They got weapons on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
They got one of the best tight ends that is not Kelsey or Andrews. And their defensive line is still nasty. Their linebackers is good enough, and their corners is good enough. Now, do I think that Houston is going to give Cleveland a game? Oh, absolutely yes. Whoever don't make that critical turnover will win the game. And I feel like Flacco has been there and done that to the point where he can get it done.
Okay, so the experience is going to weigh in for you because you think he'll make less turnovers. At least he won't make the critical turnover.
Exactly.
Compared to, C.J. Stroud, which I can see that too. I can also see C.J. potentially outlasting someone like Joe Flacco because of his age as well too. It could be past his at that time for Joe, so I can see that as well too. I watch a little bit more football than me. So if I'm gonna try to judge it out right now. I don't know. It's tough.
Can I make one more point?
Go ahead.
You're talking about this lack of experience and how people are viewed in their history. Short-term memory dictates that last week, with the Texans season on the line,
In a division game.
In a divisional game.
On the road.
C.J. Stroud went 6 for 6 in that last drive.
I mean,
with the go-ahead touchdown.
No, I do agree. I understand C.J. Stroud has had a really good season. I just keep thinking that when my team played him, Bryce Young outplayed C.J. Stroud. So to me, I feel like there's a situation where, maybe he is going to look like a rookie. Maybe he's going to make that critical turnover that Chris is talking about. So that's why I'm kind of on the fence. I thought the Browns, if Deshaun Watson played really well, the Browns could be a contender.
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm leaning Browns right now.
Okay.
But I can't be surprised if the Texans win, especially with the amount of talk that I've heard of C.J. Stroud. I can't be surprised if the Texans win. I would just put money on the Browns right now, just because again the experience factor, their defense I think is better, and I think Joe Flacco is good enough to get over the hump. They're going to struggle against a team that's better than maybe the Ravens. I'm curious how they do against them.
I understand.
But
when we want to talk about critical turnovers in the playoffs, I seem to remember a certain January 2009 AFC Championship game where Troy Polamalu picks off
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco.
yeah, that is fair. But you also said 2009, so he's probably learned a lot of mistakes. And anybody can make a turnover. I'm just thinking with CJ, it is his rookie year. So maybe that pressure gets to him. Maybe the Texans blow the Browns out of the water. But I got to go with experience a little bit right now, understanding that it's a slight risk because the Texans are at least presented to be a good enough team right now. But I got to see. Now, the Dolphins versus the Chiefs.
The loser of this game is going to have hella questions.
I don't think so. But okay, so real quick, who do you have winning this matchup between the number 6 Dolphins and the number 3 Chiefs?
Until you beat the man.
You think Patty's gonna win it? You think the Chiefs are gonna get it done? I mean, there's been a lot of distractions. So what's the reason? What's the main reason why you say they're gonna get it done? Is it just because Patty?
If it was on the road, I would pick the opposite team. But since it's home,
Interesting. You said the road factors in. Okay. I understand why, but that's gonna lead to another. Okay. So it's because they're home.
exactly.
That's the main reason.
That's the main reason. If they was on the road, it would have been different.
Is there like a percentage that you give the Chiefs over? Like, so out of 100%, what's the percentage that you give the Chiefs winning this game?
5%.
5%.
5%.
The Chiefs winning the game?
Chiefs winning the game.
Oh, my fault. You say you have the Chiefs winning the game? Or
Yes. Yes, I have
So
to.
I'm talking about out of 100%.
Yes, 5%. Who is Kansas City Wild? Please explain this to me. Who
I
is
thought
the
you
Wild?
said the Chiefs were going to win.
Again, I got them winning, but is
And how you got them winning only 5%? How you got them with a 5% chance of winning the game?
bruh, they home. That's the only reason why that I got them winning.
That's low. All right.
I'm sorry. You asked me.
I had to, because I was confused for a second. I'm like, all right, maybe
But he got there. I was coming from.
I understand what you're saying. I also want to add confused, but
no, I get.
I understand what he's saying. I think he's saying that there's a smaller margin.
It is.
There.
It is.
I get it. For me, I think that I agree a little bit.
Okay.
To say that my favorites are the Chiefs. I'm not going to put percentages on it, but I'll say that for right now, I think that the Dolphins have a lot of questions to answer.
They do.
I think that they have a defense that has been just completely obliterated by injury. You know, if we were talking week 3, week 4 Dolphins defense, yes, I think they have the Chiefs total right now. But they have no edge rushers. They've lost Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips. I mean, they don't have half their linebacker core. They're so thinned out that they've had to sign people off the bench going into the playoffs.
Justin Houston,
and who else?
That's
Somebody else to come out of basically retirement. Right off the couch to come in the playoffs.
It's an injury riddle.
The injuries have riddled the Dolphins as they did last year. And that's the sad truth. But that is football. You know, we can never predict those things, but it happens. So right now we're dealing with a thinned out receiving core versus perhaps the greatest tight end. A thinned out linebacking core against the greatest tight end who's ever played football potentially.
Is Jalen injured?
Jalen Phillips.
Ramsey.
He's
Jalen
injured.
Ramsey. Did he get injured as well?
Yeah, he's injured.
Well, then
He started out the season.
Oh, no. Jalen is playing. Xavier, he's hurt.
Xavier Howard's hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Xavier Howard hasn't been playing at Pro Bowl level since.
Can we throw Jalen on Kelsey and think that works?
No.
Okay. I just know Jalen's bigger, like a bigger quarterback. So I thought maybe he might be able to stick him a little bit because he is a premier quarterback. So maybe
I totally understand that thought process, but
I know Kelsey's a little bigger.
But Travis is in matchups of the past of yesteryear. Travis has proven that he can outdo Jalen.
It says no. Okay. All right. That's cool. That's fine. So we got Chiefs beating the Dolphins. Okay. That's cool. Looks like. Okay. That's fine.
That seems like a consensus group.
Yeah. It seemed like that's no. I mean, when the Dolphins defense is really kind of injury riddled, I was clinging on to that because they're a boom or bust offensively, but that defense is what I thought was going to really help get them and like push them over the edge. So, but I think the Chiefs could scoop. I think the Chiefs could scoop by. Unless though, I will say this: Tyreek Hill if that brother somehow snaps, because again, the Chiefs don't necessarily have the best wide receivers, at least catching the ball wise. So if that's the case, I mean, maybe the Dolphins can do enough defensively,
But
and the
you
and
also-
the hit and the boys can get it popping.
I understand that, but also just remember, Tyreek's going to be going up against all the corners he practiced with for years.
So they
And
know.
all the defensive backs he's practiced with every day for years.
So they know his
I'm
routes.
putting Darius Sneed on
Here.
Tyreek Hill.
So do y'all think he's gonna get shut down, or do y'all think
I don't
his
think
production
you can
is
shut
gonna be?
down Tyreek Hill.
So you think his production?
Minimize probably.
What's minimized to y'all? Put some
Under
yardage on
100 yards.
under 100
You
yards.
keep him under 100 yards winning that game. Who else is two of them thirds? Jalen Waddle's been.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's going to be back by this time.
Okay. Well, it sounds like Chiefs. Y'all got a first round bye as well, apparently. To some, but let's see though. Tyreek, you might be listening to this. He's like, oh, I got to bust the gas now. So if that happens, Chiefs, blame it on them because I ain't really.
Oh,
Go
don't
ahead,
you put
John.
that on us. I know exactly your thoughts on this, and you agree with it. All right.
But all right, so yeah, no,
Listen, Tyreek's
I
fast. I'm not trying to add anything show tomorrow. So
I would. He's crazy. You can't outrun him.
I can't. I can't if I wanted to.
I know. Look, I think you're gonna like this one because you got your Steelers versus the Buffalo Bills. So you said the Steelers is gonna win. I'm assuming. Oh no. Oh, he said. No. Oh, he gonna be honest. Okay, that's cool. That's straight. So you.
I'm an objective sport fan. I like truth.
Why can your boy? How can your boys win?
You gotta make it ugly.
We are a turnover-driven team. Now, I will say this: at the guard position, I've seen the Bills be exposed. So, given that our defensive front is going to be now, remember we are down TJ Watt.
Yeah, that hurts.
That's huge.
That hurts.
But I do think that Alex Highsmith is also somebody who he was underrated.
Okay.
And we do have Cam back, which at the start of the season, really hurt us, I think, was having Cam back. Now, with that being said, we're another team that's been eviscerated by injury at the linebacking core, specifically interior linebacker. We've lost 3 middle linebackers this season with injuries, who were playing at an exceptional level. Alec Roberts, Cole Holcomb, and Quan Alexander all went down this year. Our safeties. We got Minka, but the others have been decimated by injury. Why we signed 2 injury-prone safeties in DeMonte Casey and Keanu Neal, I don't know. But of course, they went as predicted. They went down with injury.
Yeah, y'all had quarterback injury too, right?
And then let's go back to offense. Mason Rudolph is starting because of Mitchell Trubisky's inept playing and Kenny Pickett's injury. And now that Kenny Pickett's back, that's a question mark because Mason Rudolph has put production on the field, but we haven't seen the entire time Kenny Pickett has played quarterback for us.
Yeah.
So
I remember you were pretty high on Kenny at the beginning of before the season
I
started.
really wanted him this to be a year, but now he's setting records that we don't want to set. Like the most pass attempts ever with the fewest touchdowns. That's
Could that be on the wide receivers though? I mean, maybe Pickens just was the wrong picking.
I'm not gonna do that. But I mean, also, because look what he's done since Mason's been quarterback. He got almost half his yardage in the last 2 games with Mason Rudolph throwing to him. So clearly, it's not a problem of and yes, you can play calling like Matt Canada, but But I mean, and you know what? I'll give Kenny this. He really only had 1 full game playing without Matt Canada before he was hurt. But Mason Rudolph has been our best option.
Okay.
Frankly, the Bills' defense has proven that they can shut down the run, and we've been relying on it. Najee Harris, Jalen Warren. If they can't get it going, if we're not calling the right place to get them in space, we're going to be shut down. So that relies on an injury-driven defense to stop Josh Allen, to stop Stephon Diggs, to stop Dalton Kincaid, James Cook. loves my Steelers, of course, thinks we can pull off some sort of miraculous 2017 win. Just really just a dog eat dog race. But the realness of it, is the Bills pulling that up. I do think it'll be a close game because it's Steelers football. But I think that, I just don't think we have enough right now. We don't have enough juice.
Okay, so not enough juice from the Steelers fan. You feel the same way? Like they have no chance at all.
I don't want to hear it from you.
I mean, you can kick him while they're down. You already said you're not gonna make it. I'm kind of behind on this drinking too. I just realized that. Dang.
But here's something to remember before you say anything. I think it would be a different outcome if we saw you guys.
Yeah.
You agree?
I agree.
You think they would beat you?
Bro, they know, honestly, no slander into the Browns or to the Bengals. I will be scared as hell if I play Pittsburgh in the playoffs. I'm being 1,000% honest with you.
I don't get why, respectfully, not this year.
No, bro. It doesn't matter if they're sorry, they have whatever the case may be. When it comes to a rivalry game,
No, I get that, but y'all should be leaps and bounds ahead of them. So if I'm you guys,
lost to Pittsburgh, and they beat us with our third string by 7 points.
did Lamar play that game?
No, he rested.
Okay, so like I'm not worried about that. They beat y'all with your third string. Like when I'm looking at a rivalry game, if this was Duke versus UNC, yeah, we were the better team, talent wise, but like that last game at home showed, okay, well no, there's something different here. So like now it's a little bit more nerve wracking going to face y'all again in the Final Four. That's a little bit different for me. I can understand that. I don't get the same sense that the Steelers and the Ravens are on the same tier. Like I don't. I understand you being scared from a rivalry standpoint, but if I'm the rival who's the better team this year, I'm chopping I'm salivating right now because I'm like, oh, we're about to dog walk them because it's a rivalry game. Every playoff game is gonna be fought hard, but this one I'm looking to embarrass y'all with it. That's just me though, but that's how I would assume that these boys would go about it.
Okay. Now, and to answer your question, I agree. I got the Bills winning. The only way that Pittsburgh is going to win, they got to make it up. You got to make it up. That's the only living chance Pittsburgh got is they make that game ugly from start to finish. If you don't make it ugly, Buffalo is going to run them out of upstate in New York.
Okay.
I'm a football fan first, Ravens fan second. Buffalo should win, but knowing Tomlin, he got some type of perks that he will make the game close. I still got that Buffalo winning, but
Tomlin will keep it close.
Tomlin will keep it close.
All right, so we got here just to make sure we recap. I think we settled on Browns, although you're going Texans, Chiefs across the board, and then Bills, because I do think the Steelers, like, if y'all had more offense, then it'd be interesting. But I think the Bills do win. Who's the best team to beat the Ravens this year, fellas? But before we do that though, we'll have a quick moment for my sponsors.
Sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. Whether with coworkers, friends, family, we all love the entertainment. Well, here on Get a Bucket, my goal is to talk about sports and its cultural impact. The WNBA, for example. The WNBA is loads of entertainment. From the new rookies battling, displaying their skill sets, and preparing to take the league by storm, to the Titans and the MVPs of the league clashing for battles we'll always remember. From imagining the soon-to-be possibilities to admiring and treasuring the finales. Get a Bucket is a platform where other sports analysts, hoopers, coaches, and fans of the show come and talk about the WNBA, both negatives and positives. So if you haven't, take a quick peek. At the very least, you'll have a good time. Remember, sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. So please, tune in and stay connected.
Get I don't know. Should I do it like this? I do it like I don't know. I don't know if y'all can tell too, but we back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. So cheers. There you go. There you go. So without being really too conceited, like what teams can actually beat the Ravens? I know there's a couple. It's got to be. Because you just said the damn Steelers could beat y'all. So if the Steelers can beat y'all, I know some teams can.
Cleveland.
Cleveland? Is it because they're in your division?
No.
God.
No. That and they got the formula to beat us.
What's the formula to beat the Ravens? I'm curious. Because, I mean, actually, do you know?
I mean, to me, I think the biggest formula is to keep Lamar Jackson
in the pocket.
I just asked him, let him answer. Stop. Him.
It's to keep Lamar Jackson in the pocket, and it's to play specifically and keep a man on Zay Flowers and play the rest of them. And that's easy to get in the fact that we now have Joey Cooper.
And that's what you was gonna say. How easy is that to do though? To keep Lamar in the pocket?
Not easy.
I'm about to say, y'all made that sound real easy and cute, but these boys is number one right now.
But they have Myles Garrett. I get it.
I mean, I do hear that. It's a fair point.
Myles Garrett, who's on the other side? So Darius Smith, another perennial Pro Bowler.
I mean, that's
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's not entirely out of the possibility.
No, scoff at.
And you can make Koroma, the number 6, Jeremiah Osu Koroma, the middle linebacker.
You know the name better.
Yeah. He's the Browns like the most versatile player in that Browns defense.
Okay.
He's your spy.
Okay.
You know,
So the Browns got the best chance. That's what he's saying. Do you agree?
I think that out of everyone in the playoffs right now, yes.
So
otherwise, they have the best chance.
So like let me run this by y'all fellas. Browns versus Rams. Like, is that a Super Bowl thing for real for y'all? No. Well, because here's the thing. We said the Rams have the best chance at beating the 49ers.
Yes.
And we're saying the Browns got the best chance at beating the Ravens.
Yes.
So unless y'all telling me the Ravens and the 49ers, the current number 1 seed, don't have the best chance to get into the Super Bowl, then like you're telling me the Rams and the Browns could theoretically get to the Super Bowl. That's what I'm hearing.
You see, best chance doesn't mean good. It's just best chance of any team in the playoffs.
So once they beat the best
now,
team, y'all feel like they could lose to any other team easily?
No, but I'm saying like we're talking about purely hypotheticals of getting to the Super Bowl. We're not talking about the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Let's keep it pure NFC, AFC.
I'm talking about the winners. I'm talking about the winners getting there. Yeah.
Right now, the Browns of any team, and that's what's so crazy because I still think the Texans got the Browns number. And I'm going to say that, I know it's wild. We're talking 2 different matchups, 2 different teams, 2 different schemes. The Browns have the best chance of beating the Ravens. Now, with that being said, right now, I don't think any team
is beating the Ravens.
Is going to beat the Ravens.
Okay.
So I think if I'm going to give you a Super Bowl outlook, it's Rams-Ravens.
Okay. Rams-Ravens?
Yes.
Okay. And do you feel like Rams-Ravens is fair, or do you feel like it's another team that will go up against y'all? I'm assuming your bias is going to say your team, even though you said, well, I'm a fan first.
No.
I'm going to sit up here and go with the NFL fan base. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, NFL fan. Go ahead, Mr. NFL fan. Go ahead.
I want to say Ravens
FanDuel account appreciates you, brother.
There we go.
The FanDuel account appreciates you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I have actually thought that is gonna be the matchup in the Super Bowl. Can't hold. And I do like it's crazy. I've actually said Cowboys and Mavs winning this year. And it's really weird because the Ravens, like,
We've had this discussion about the whole
yeah,
Dallas.
yeah. I told you about that, John. So, like, I think Lamar getting his MVP, I think that's a good consolation prize. Like, you went, I think about it, you get to the Super Bowl, you lose. You know what happened? Like, Cam Newton. It's another year like that, fellas. That's how I'm looking at it. I want Lamar to get a ring. I really do. I wanted Mike Vick to get one. I know you don't. I know you don't. You rather one more in your collection. But remove Lamar off the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Like I want Lamar. I didn't say Ravens. I said I want Lamar to get one. Same with OBJ. I'd be cool if OBJ got one as well. So that'd be cool. But yeah,
OBJ already got his.
I want another one too.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be nice because I think he needs to get another ring so that way he can talk a little more. That'd be cool. So, but
He really need to shut up. He can't stay on the field, though. That's just my opinion.
well, I mean, people still believe him. People still giving contracts.
He's got because he's got talent. He can't stay healthy now.
That's crazy. Nick Saban retiring too. Shout out to Nick Saban. Shout out to Nick Saban. Yeah.
The amount of talent that goes through his system and leaves out the other side. And to think that it took
you got focus now. Well, I understand your team's losing. You got focus. We talking about other sports. Like I'm not about your team losing. We talking about other sports. See, that's why I told you.
To think that it took a season where he had 2 straight seasons with 2 losses for him to be like, we can never bring this back. It's hilarious to me. Because it's like, that's really what it comes down to. Because he went from, creating a perfect season to losing 2 seasons in a row twice. He was like,
let's do this. Let's do this.
oh my
Let's
God.
do it. So no, I'm saying we definitely did just change. Let's do it quick. Because Nick Saban just retired. Shout out to Nick Saban. I feel like we can go ahead and talk about Nick right quick. I just want to say, everybody give your personal moment of like what y'all remember about Nick Saban. I just remember how dominant the man was for like so long, bro. It was Nick Saban and them. You know what I mean? That's just how I viewed it. Like the last time I remember somebody being this dominant, I feel like it was Pete Carroll. Like Pete was, and his was longer. So I mean, like Pete, I'm just biased, but Pete was it was better, it was smoother and sexier. But like Saban had that Dino Ariyama type dominance. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like you don't, like that's very hard to come by. So I think you got to put him in a class of his own. Yeah, that's why that's the thing I attribute to Nick Saban personally. Like, what about y'all boys?
He's one of a kind. He is one of a kind. Like, I think we would never see a dominant run like Saban did ever again. When you turn around LSU into the power they are, and then you turn around Alabama from Bear Bryant to where they are now, you can't find another coach that could take two big football schools in the toughest conference and make them into powerhouses. You just can't do that. You can't do that. And we will never see another college football coach like that ever again.
Okay. How about yourself, man?
For me, I look at the way that he develops talent is probably the thing I'm going to remember him most for. At least an interesting draft, an interesting stat that they put up there is that 49 first round draft picks.
49 first round
49. How many college footballs are there in FBS? How many colleges play football that send talent to the NFL?
Not that many. Not that many.
Well, I mean, we can discuss quality of talent, But in general, how often can one school send that many players from one school to the NBA in the first round? I mean, I'm thinking of that season, the season where Devontae Smith won the Heisman, probably the most recent in history, that I can think of, where I watched dominance at a scale that was so evident that it was almost just like, come on. Like where like everybody on the team had cartoon numbers. You know, Najee Harris, Mac Jones, you know, the slew of defensive talent. I think in that year alone they had 4 or 5 first round draft picks.
I mean, sometimes you get, like I remember like Duke and Kentucky, like in basketball,
Yeah.
would have like a lot of first round talents, but that's Duke, you know, and that was Coach K. That was John Calipari, you know what I'm saying? So like Roy Williams at one point in time, Mike Sneaky and 4 or 5. So I mean, that's very tough. That's so tough to do. And the amount that he gets to is kind of crazy. So yeah, no, I get that.
And I say Coach K level respect needs to be put on Saban's name when it comes to college football. I think if it hasn't already, it needs to be, because like Coach K,
I think you could argue.
Development.
I think you could argue, and I might have to do a little bit more research on it, but you could argue who's the better coach.
Oh well, I mean, Coach K, but
Well, I mean, you say that, and I understand because Nick Saban had to stint in NFL and didn't really pan out too well. I get that. Coach K never coached in the NBA. Never. He coached NBA players.
yeah, that's what to say.
He had Olympic teams. Nick Saban didn't have an Olympic team. He had NFL play. He coached who? Was it Patriots?
Mine,
Dolphins. Oh, okay. Was their team good?
No.
We almost aggressively mediocre.
Okay. Like mind you, when I looked at this Olympic team that Coach K had, it'd be kind of tough for him to lose. So like we never really got to see what Coach K in the NBA. He probably could have done well, but like what if Nick Saban left and started coaching the NFL? He probably would have done well too afterwards. So I mean, it's about confidence. It's about getting that respect from players. And if the players that you're sending going to the NFL and they're thriving, chances are you might be able to make something work too, I think. So that's why I say there could be a discussion to be had about this too.
So you think he should be coaching this new? How about this? What if he coaches this new Olympic flag football? How interesting would that be? You know, since now there's technically an Olympic football team. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah, that would be interesting. I think that's the best way to put that. That would be interesting to watch.
And also, I mean, you have to remember that Coach K, and I'll just say this to Coach K's credit, like, you could have, the 2004 Olympic team had talent that should have won, and they didn't.
Nah, that 04 squad was just it got put together. They ain't had any type of chemistry at all.
Well, that's different. That's what I'm saying. Like, coaching comes into play there.
I think they had talent.
They had the talent.
I think they had enough talent to win. Like I still think the team with
to be fair, for the minute they let NBA players qualify to play in the Olympics, technically the U.S. should win every time.
I mean, I think nowadays that's a little harder. And people need to stop that notion. All right, you keep doing that if you want to, bro, but there's some people in this world who can hoop too, and like not everyone being showcased. And think about it, all these premier players that are, all these 7-footers that are getting buckets right now, right? If you get a bucket in the league, they're not from here. They will not be playing for the United States. Like Joel Embiid luckily is playing for us. Wemby won't.
He shouldn't.
Jokic won't. Like, and if I was Embiid, I'd be playing right along.
Joel play for us?
If I was Jokic, I would play right alongside Wemby's ass. Only reason why I'm going against him is because I know I can beat him right now, and that way I ain't gonna see him again. I'm not gonna see him 4 years from now. I'm not gonna do this no more. Or I just take it real light. What I need to prove?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, I understand.
Matter of fact, I'll play for France the next time. 'Cause I ain't never done it before.
You will play for France?
I've never done it before. He's from there.
Was the? Let me ask you this one. This is a stupid question. That's a stupid question. But no, I mean, Nikola Jokic to me, first off, you're right. The perennial talent across the board is just freakish at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, at the same time, with basketball, you thank basketball. You thank the NBA's outreach program that they've done to kind of create developmental programs overseas.
Yeah.
Kind of attribute to the same level.
Yeah.
Thank Kobe, thank Jordan.
I'm about to say that's the
Magic. Thank the players
that's
that
them boys.
decided to expand the game of basketball to a worldwide thing. But we're still the best at developing talent. You know what I mean? And we need to remember that, And so keeping talent here is different because what's happening now is that these international stars, what you just say, for the longest time, American talent was overshadowing international talent. Okay, so now we're dealing with international talent overshadowing American talent. There's still American talent. We do have a 7-footer who play for us, Chet Holmgren. We do have a who can shoot people out, lights up. You know what I mean?
But Pop is not going to put a youngin like that into the man field that quick. No.
Maybe not that quickly, but I mean, he runs with them. He's been running with these cats since he was in high school.
I think Chet helps us out, and I think we'll be okay. I'm just saying the leagues are catching up, so it's not a foregone conclusion. Hey, we're going to. It should not be like we could lose. Like a team could beat us, and it's like, damn, that's tough.
We just saw that Canada, the talent in Canada is intense.
I mean, Shea's quite tough. So I mean, respectfully,
Shea's
there are other teams.
Tough.
There are other
Kelly
teams.
Olynyk and stuff.
There are other teams who are going to be catching up, and it's just a matter of time before we see that. And it's every 4 years where these Olympic Games really come out. So I mean, 4 years is a long time. That's so long.
I get it.
But I mean, I do.
I like that kid Cooper Flag though. He's tough. Okay, he pulls it. I think Cooper Flag gonna be a monster. You know what I mean? I think Carlos' son's look good.
I like the Boozer
I
Twins.
like the Boozer Twins.
I like the Boozer
You know
Twins.
what I'm saying?
I like the Boozer Twins. Coop, I do like.
I don't know, the appeal of the beard has been otherwise.
Well, no, because I think everybody tried to put Coop as like the next great hope.
Because, well, no, it's just, he's just like great.
No, that's why I said I just didn't say.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, they try to put him as the next great hope, and I'm like,
Larry Bird Jr., you can say that.
No.
yeah, but like my thing is this though, bro, like that could be a bit much, bro. Like just let this man hoop, because he's been going against inferior talent essentially. He's about 6'10", 6'11", he's lanky, he's got athleticism.
Playing in Maine.
So I agree
He
with
played
that.
down on Mount Vernon.
Well, when we were talking about that, but that's his second season?
No, he's a senior.
No, yeah, I'm saying.
He's talking about that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like to your credit, yeah, he hasn't been playing that talent that long.
So I just want to see.
He wasn't developed.
I just want to see what the real DNA is, and when he's going up against better athletes in college, how does he respond? Because when you're going up against people you know you're superior to, or you cocky, you confident. When you go up against people who are just like you, how do you respond? I want to see what's in here now. So that's why I'm curious what he's like. Because Bird didn't care. Bird was tough. He was top notch. I'm saying he had this. My man said, I'm going to kill you with the left hand, and did just that. I need to see both boys if he got that same type of dog in him. So that's why. But he talent-wise.
Okay, so the Boozer Twins, Gilbert's son is dog as well.
Elijah's cool. I'm curious.
He got bounced.
But I'm curious, though, how much of Gilbert is going to be in him, though. On and off the court. And mind you, his knees, like his injuries,
he's led a very different life than Gilbert has. And I get what you mean by that, which is like, does he have that hunger? Does he have that drive? Does he have that want to? I say the same thing about Bronny and Price. That put on his
Well, no, not that. Because remember too, Gilbert was immature.
Yeah, he was. Absolutely.
Does the apple fall from the tree?
Well,
I don't know. Like from what I've been told, Elijah's cool. Elijah's chill. So I mean, I'm just waiting to see how Buddy turns
I'm
out.
saying like that.
He seems fine, but he's young also.
The immaturity is a product of the environment. Like, Gilbert had a very different life than Elijah had. Elijah's had a much easier time growing up than Gilbert did.
But that can also breed immaturity.
But to the same degree that you saw, Gilbert's was again a product of the
You can be spoiled because you have access to a lot more.
Like,
I don't know. Like I don't know if Ja was spoiled, but I think he was treated. I think he was treated with some unfairness just because he was good at basketball. I can see that. Which a lot of people.
Ja and Zion would still play for the U.S., right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're both soccer.
So what are you talking about? Them boys alone.
Well, I don't think Ja is because he's out for the season. His rotating with his shoulder
when the
out.
Olympics come back. Well, I guess that's this year.
Yeah.
Never mind. All right.
And Zion still got to play the whole season and not get injured.
Well,
And I'm hoping he helps.
they need to move him to. They need to move him
Is crazy, but I mean, I don't want to say crazy because I get it too. Like, because let him get injured real quick. It's like, damn, told you should have been moved. But like, if you move him and he just snaps, think about it. You move him and he just gets into the craziest shape, and he never gets injured from there. You're gonna be pissed.
Well, of course you'll be pissed. You'll be more pissed when you put all these resources and funds into him. He gets hurt again, and now his trade value is bottomed out. Because here's my thing. It's like the potential's there, but now he's proven he can't stay healthy. And then he can't put down the gumbo, which is real one.
But people are still enticed to go to the games.
No. That gumbo is real.
But people are still enticed to go to the games to see him.
Fair.
Injury prone and all. Still enticed to go see him play. So, I mean, let me ask you this. Would you want them to trade him to your Knicks? Because that's actually a team that they could trade to.
And
Well,
now
they
it's
want to
theorized. I didn't want him.
You don't want
I thought that Duke class was so overrated. I thought RJ Barrett proved me right. Cam Reddish was and Zion Williamson can't stay healthy.
How does he hit Duke and Lakers?
I'm sorry.
Because my thing is this.
Look.
I mean, I was going to say overrated.
First of all, I'm not putting no
To say, no, that's all disrespect. Because when you say overrated, but how much time is on this thing? When you say overrated, like, let me make sure I get my daggone. Hold on. This man said overrated is so wild. Like, so let's do it like this. Zion is one of the best generation talents we've seen thus far in a while. RJ at Duke, averaging like 20 points a game, like 5 and 4. Like that's respectable numbers. And he's just on a team where he's kind of needing to be more of a spot up shooter than a scorer. He needs to score too. He's given the opportunity to score as well, but he's the third option. So the third option, you don't get that same green light that he would at Duke. But while at Duke, those three, that was one of the best trios that we've seen in a while. And I'm not even including Tyus Jones, who was arguably one of the best point guards that we've seen in quite a while too, that people don't talk about. He's one of the best point guards, at least from assist to turnover ratio in the NBA right now. So I mean, when we say overrated, I don't think that Kentucky team that got beat by 30 plus points felt that way. Matter of fact, the only reason why we lost because RJ can't hit free throws. So I mean, that was like Like we.
So when I say that, I mean post Duke. So you got heated, but he didn't let me finish my thought. Because when they were at Duke, they were fired. Everybody wanted to go see.
Well, see,
Zion
again, if we
jump out
talk
the
about NBA, we got to bring up Cam Reddish and how he was really bamboozled by one, the Hawks, and two, your Knicks. Then three, Portland kind of helped him out, but then they was like, you know what, we got these other boys we focusing on. Because here's my thing: how in the world do your Knicks claim they need shooting and have Evan Fournier and Cam Reddish on the bench? Y'all need defense and scoring and shooting. And you say, you know what, we don't want to play these boys. Matter of fact, we're going to trade Cam Reddish before playoffs hit. And when you play quickly, he gave you less production than what Cam would have given you. And Cam's actually shown in the playoffs he'll do something because he did something for the Hawks. When they were going up against the Bucks, he was the best defender against Chris Middleton, which that was the year everybody was saying Chris Middleton was snapping in the playoffs. So I'm just saying for Cam Reddish, he never got a fair shot. And even now on our Lakers, he's not a scorer. He's a 3-and-D specialist on the team. He's the second leader in steals on our team right now. He's one of our best defenders. That's not actually Cam, though. Cam at Duke in high school, scored. Maybe at Duke more of a three-point shooter, but like that's more of his game. So I think the role that he's had to go into because of the team he was on.
So it's bad luck, is what you're saying. You're saying
bad
situation.
I would say bad situations. Because again, Atlanta Hawks, he was on a good team. They just were stupid. And then y'all, Tibbs is dumb. Then Portland, they had the young boys they were trying to focus on.
Tibbs making terrible calls with good talent for days.
You see what I'm saying?
He's been doing that since he was on the Bulls.
You see what I'm saying?
And the Bulls.
So I mean you gotta give Cam some slack with Zion. Health. That's all. Some of it, yes, and a lot of it apparently is self-inflicted. But he's also young.
Poor boys on Parkway.
But he's also young though. He's also young though. He's also
get out of the butt and he needs to get out of the butt and the booty. He needs to fix a lot of stuff.
Right. So
he needs accounting.
yeah, but I mean, and then I think RJ on the Raptors now is going to be interesting. Because RJ playing with Scotty.
Well, to be honest with you, he's balling right now.
Yeah, and playing with Scotty too. I like their situation. Plus, you flip Pascal for somebody, you got a decent little core. Because I like Scotty Barnes a lot. Like I think Buddy could be
people forget he's the rookie of the year. He in terms of a prospect, I think Scotty Barnes is still one of his best prospects.
I heard his coach talking earlier, and I love the passion that his coach gave. I would not want to fire his coach solely off that. And when he said Scotty Barnes is a face of the league, I had to sit there and think about it for a second. But I'm not gonna lie to you fellas. There's a world where Scotty Barnes can be a face of the league. Like I made a video about 2 years ago, maybe 3 now, where I talked about 10 faces of the league. He wasn't up there. But some of them boys might get taken off that list too. Because again, if you're talking about years from now, like 4 to 5, he's young enough where he's now going to be hitting his prime. And he's good enough now where he's like, he could be an all-star this season. So 4 years of all-star, all-NBA caliber play from him, that's facing the league pro, like caliber league. Especially if he start knocking some people off.
That's what's so funny about the NBA team. It's like we talk about players like their past movies. They're like 22 years old, 25 years old. I mean, hell, Lonzo.
Lonzo's coming back.
He's only 25, 26.
He's coming back. I love it.
So it's like, you know.
But that's more so injury too, though, because knees, ankles.
Well, his knees.
Yeah, I hate that for bro.
He got
I hate that for bro.
situation going on.
Yeah, I hate that for bro.
Just like not being able to, like at the point where it's like they're pretty much calling it the general.
Yeah,
I mean, so,
but they are saying they're optimistic about him coming back, though. So I don't know.
but will he have that same bounce? We got the same.
I don't think he needs the same bounce. He just needs the quickness. I'm hearing you on the defense. He's lanky enough still, so I think you're good from there because he's a point guard. So
He's a trooper.
yeah, and I think like Chris, let me ask you this: Kobe White, how do you view him in the NBA right now?
He's a
Can he coexist with Lonzo?
Oh yeah, he can.
Do you think Kobe White can be an all-star caliber two guard?
Nope.
What's his ceiling then? Like just
Six man.
6 man?
6 man.
I'm questioning if he can coexist with Lonzo. If Lonzo can return to his form, Lonzo is like an all-star caliber point guard. Like I personally
I
believe
agree
so.
with you. I think that
I just need-
he plays is just so indicative of complementing modern basketball.
Yeah.
That he would be successful, I think, on a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Not just
Because he's selfless. He's actually really selfless.
And the kid has vision. He has vision. That to me was his biggest. Like when he was coming to the league,
That was his biggest
vision
draw.
was his thing that I was like, damn.
Yeah.
The passes this kid's making
Yeah.
at UCLA, insane.
I like the fact that he seemed like a complete player because his 3-point shot was dropping at UCLA. Like I saw it hitting, and I'm like, oh, like we're beating Dylan Brooks, and at the time, I still like Dylan Brooks as a defender.
Yeah.
We're giving Dylan Brooks the business as a freshman. Like that's tough, bro. So I thought he was a complete player. That's the reason why I wanted him over JT. That's the reason why I wanted him over De'Aaron Fox because he's 6'6", he's quick, he's athletic enough, and his vision, like you're talking about. So yeah, no, there's so many players, bro, in the NBA. It's like you gotta really follow the patterns, like because you gotta think at 22, 23, 24, 25, right? In your job, one, not everyone's passionate about the NBA. So in your job, are you really going to be going full throttle every year, or are you gonna fall off? I think that's what some of these players are doing. So that's going to be
Yeah.
This season is interesting. I think it's falling off a little bit right now. But playoff time, I think it will ramp up to be a little bit more
I don't know what's going
than
on.
last year, at least.
I don't know what's going on with the year itself. But I even felt like NFL football was sloppy this year. I think quarterback play was sloppy. I think what Tom Brady said, when he said quarterback play in the NFL is not up to par.
Well, I think a lot of like let's say basketball and football, right? I think it's changing because there's more specialists. There's more. I mean, granted, you got certain people having to do like the bigs are having to do more now. That means the guards are having to do less. The forwards are having to do less. Yeah, like forwards, it's still good for y'all to do a lot, but now everyone's kind of having to do certain things. So now you kind of skimp on a few things. Yeah, everyone got to be skilled, but you're still skimping on a few things.
It's true. Like, everybody's looking for a center that's going to give you 5 assists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody's looking for a point that's going to get you 9 rebounds. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's looking for these kind of intangible, all-around players that kind of are positionless.
I'm about to say we're trying to do positionless basketball.
Positionless basketball, and you know that's all well and good. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the truth is that the things that really mattered, things that really made basketball special, that made it a team game, was having people kind of understand other positions.
Yep.
But really focus on what they're doing.
Yep.
You know, we have a 1, we have a 2, we have a 3, we have a 4, we have a 5. What your teammates do. Right? And that's lost. And I think as we see this transition period happen, you know, if we can get back to that kind of basketball, mind you, I do think that there needs to be the rest of the chill out a little bit.
Refs is another discussion for another day. Yeah, that's a whole topic, bro.
Yeah,
it's a whole topic, man.
It's definitely gotten to a point where it's a little. It's almost like
It's just like they got refs like both schools, like both for the refs being low key like screwing teams when it comes to like the big games. I'm still gonna say the main reason why Dallas won on that Saturday night was because the refs did not listen to what Jared Goff was saying. End quote. He said 68 was the eligible receiver. Campbell said that 68 was the eligible receiver. Why the hell they threw the flag on 70 and 70 was trying to block?
I mean, I understand. He's talking about the. You're talking about the.
Yes.
The Cowboys Lions.
No, I mean I know that part. Like, how do you say that someone's an eligible receiver though? I
Well,
guess?
they registered with the.
Yeah, so they did, because I thought they were saying that they didn't.
But that's what's crazy is it's come back out. The video of him clearly speaking to the referee.
Literally was
And
speaking to them.
doing what he needed to do to register as a
Yeah.
wide receiver.
So the script writers didn't do a good job with hiding their details. That's what it was.
Basically.
And right now, what we're and I think what's really happening. I don't know if you guys can agree with this, but
I like that commercial. My bad.
but I think like our generation, we've now lived long enough to see like two different types of this. Like we've seen a transition,
Maybe three.
between sport, maybe three.
Yeah.
And so like now it just feels like we're too old for that switch.
Mm,
I don't know if that's related, but like
kind of, sort of. I mean, even in
We went
basketball.
from the hard hitting.
But I mean, I get hard hitting transition because you want to protect your players. That's why I kind of understand, like, folks don't want to.
but that's
do hard
okay.
fouls.
When I see some of these calls,
Yeah, like some of them kind of get a little, like some of the text to in basketball, same with football. Like some things I think are a little bit unnecessary. I think
these
the rest.
receivers duck their heads now, knowing full well when they duck their head and make that contact.
But like, how do you call that there was a ref in real time, bro? Like, if I
That's the
know,
whole thing is that they can review it now.
so am I gonna do that for every play? That means the games are now gonna be 6 hours long. You gotta start. You gotta start giving people hotel rooms.
But then we need to go back and review the rules. Like if I'm a defensive player and I leave my feet and my head is the first thing to make contact,
That's partial.
boom.
That's
But if my shoulder is the first thing to make contact, that's a bit of a that's weird.
yeah.
And
It's
if my
just gonna
feet
add-
is and I make contact with my shoulder, why is there a flag?
It's gonna add more time, and that's gonna be another complaint. So like I just like it's hard to find one solution where nobody's going to complain.
That's to me right now. I always saw it. We were distracted. Jonathan Taylor is coming up. It's probably one of the more important Golden State Warriors, in my opinion.
I mean, I thought he was going to be a potential most improved player this year, but I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. Is his haircut?
Yeah.
He'll be making a move. So every time somebody always cuts their hair, bro. Like when a young boy cuts their hair, they about to make that jump. As he misses the free throw. Good stuff. That's good stuff. But now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope y'all all enjoyed the episode thus far. This was a good one. Nick, did you have anything you want to say before we close up shop?
Man, I still say Rams because Puka Nakua won me $700.
Okay, so it's biased. Okay.
Hey,
I should have asked that earlier. Okay.
I played purely objectively and won. It's called strategy.
It's called strategy. I'm crying. Okay. Chris, you got anything you want to say before we close up shop?
It's going Ravens.
All right. Okay. All I want to say is, hey, Panthers, it would be nice to be in this playoff conversation, which we were almost in, but y'all fired the guy who almost got us there. Then you hire somebody just to fire him. So, let's make some better decisions, please. But also, please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show, fellas. I really appreciate y'all, boys, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hope y'all have a good one. And I think this was a successful episode, first time in person. We'll probably do it a lot more often, actually, because I just realized we're actually living kind of close to one another. So hopefully we can get this done a little more often. But hope y'all have a good one. Take care.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get